Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about how non-coders can leverage AI within the library field to maximize our impact and increase efficiency. As a quick introduction, my name is Pahl, and I'm a digital curation librarian at the University of Alabama at Birmingham with a background in museums and archives. Prior to joining UAB, I had no experience writing code or using Python scripts, and I'd never really considered it as an option to solve problems I encountered. It never really came into my mind at all. At UAB, we use scripts as a regular part of our digital preservation workflows, and in some cases, use them on a daily basis. Out of our 4-person department, only one of us actually knows how to write code, and that is not me. But with Python scripts playing a much more important role in my work, it made sense to understand how they work and find ways to kind of work with them. I knew I was never going to learn how to code from scratch, so I looked to AI tools for a solution that would fit my skill level. I have a tendency to choose difficult tasks to use as pilot projects, and the first script I wrote is no exception to that. As part of a research project I was working on, I needed to essentially create a web scraping script to extract data from thousands of web pages. The project had a number of layers of complexity. First, I had to navigate through a login page to get to the first page I wanted to scrape. Then I had to extract data from more than 50 different fields, including drop-downs, fill-ins, bubbles, and extract attached PDFs and JPEGs. On top of that, there were multiple page tabs associated with a single record that all needed to be navigated before it could move on to the next record/page. Before writing a Python script, I did try to find an existing product that would fit my needs. I ended up testing out 7 different web scrapers, and none was able to capture more than 5 data fields, and none got past the first page. So I moved on to trying out ChatGPT, which is the product, AI product I was most familiar with at the time. I started out with a text prompt, just trying to write the entire script at once, and quickly learned I would need to build it in pieces if I wanted it to actually work. So without knowing anything about Python, I did start generating scripts and testing them out. I ended up spending about 2 weeks working on it and figuring out what to do and kind of experimenting, and really running into dead ends before I had my first breakthrough and was able to accomplish kind of one step in this process. Using an AI chatbot can be helpful, but it still requires a lot of trial and error and patience, especially when it comes to a complex script. There was a lot of work involved, a lot of frustration, a lot of running the script, something going wrong, and then entering the error logs into ChatGPT to figure out what happened and correct it. So my early scripts were really just an attempt to log into the website, navigate to the correct page, and scrape one field. But I kept running into problems with that first login page and then the navigation after logging in to the first page that I wanted to scrape. I kept getting errors every time I tried to run it. It was an incredibly frustrating process, and after a while, ChatGPT started sending me in circles, and I hit a wall. It would tell me to do one thing, tell me to do another, and then it would send me back to that first thing. I couldn't really get around that. And like I said, I'm bad at picking pilot projects. Fortunately, at right about the same time, I discovered, noticed that GitHub Copilot existed. GitHub Copilot is based on ChatGPT, but it's much more narrowly focused on coding and really designed for people that know how to code rather than a general chatbot. It does have a $10 monthly fee for individuals, but if you're a teacher and verify your credentials, you can get access to it for free. It's not really designed as a chatbot, but it can be used in that way as well. And I will say that when I was writing the script, it was before ChatGPT opened up its GPT store for free users. And at this point, there's a few people that I know that are using that first GPT and have had some pretty good success with it. So there are options out there, really lots of options. And GitHub Copilot isn't perfect. I ran into a lot of the same problems I ran into with ChatGPT, but it didn't send me in circles. And after a lot of trial and error, I was able to generate 5 scripts that I could use in combination to accomplish my goal. The script itself has a bit of a Frankenstein feel, and it may not be organized in the same way a skilled coder would organize it, but it works, and I was able to do it without knowing Python. I do still occasionally get errors, partially because I added a manual step and just there's a lot of moving pieces in this script, but it has allowed me to extract tens of thousands of records, pages, lines of code, or lines of data, and it never would have been possible to do it by hand or to kind of do it in another way, especially now without automation. Completing this pilot project helped completely change my mindset about coding in Python, and I started to think about ways I could use this new skill set in my daily work to make it more efficient, and finding opportunities to use this. So these are 2 very simple scripts I generated using ChatGPT. The one on the left looks through a list of folders and extracts any PDFs it finds and places them into a single folder. The script on the right copies all of the file names, including their extensions, and places them into an Excel spreadsheet. I created both of these scripts using ChatGPT, and combined, they took less than 10 minutes to generate, test, and put into practice. These 2 very simple scripts alone have saved me hours of work, which would have just been really busy time or busy work time. These are the 2 most recent scripts I've generated. And again, they're really just focused on simplifying some of the tedious processes, in this case related to catalog records. The script on the left changes the order of proper names from first name, last name to last name, comma, first name. And the script on the right takes subject terms that were all lumped into a single Excel cell and separates them out into individual cells. Both of these were created with ChatGPT, and both proved to be huge time savers. Again, really just simplifying, making my time more efficient, and taking processes that are really just busy work and speeding them up exponentially. AI is allowing us to focus less on that busy work and more on the intellectual, curatorial work to provide a better product for our users at a quicker speed. If you have any questions or want to reach out, my email address is here, and feel free to do so. Thank you.